All right, we're here at the pop shop. Standing behind me here is the unit we're putting the snowplow on. So I came over here to get some measurements so I can measure it out. Let me just give you a closer look here. All right, this is what I got going on here. So they're just sitting there for right now. So what I'm going to do is, see this here pin, give you a close estimation here. Let's do 3/4. Actually, now I already marked that. I'm going off whatever this says. Go 5 on this side. I like it there. We're going to mark it there. So just make me a little mark here, like so. That's what we're going to run with. Now the question is, I wish I had a better look-see of what this unit looked like. The snowplow, whatever mounted to this, was totally toast. Like, I couldn't get any measurement off of it whatsoever. So just kind of sitting here. Alright, so punch a hole in that. It should slide up here. So now it'll be straight on like that. But that side will not be. Be a lot of chlorophylls like that. Because I could just slide that right on. That'll be easy. Easy peasy. So we might have to notch this sucker. That's a good idea. So we'll notch it like so. We're just gonna give her the old notching. See, right around here. And then about here. It's very hard doing this with one recording and one. Alright, so here's kind of the vision. When I notch this out here, it'll sit flush like this. So basically kind of like something like this here. Be more square. Actually, it'll be, this piece will be butted up to here, so I'll have to cut some of this off, That way it's more squared off. So that's the game plan anyway. The only thing that's going to be an issue is actually fitting it up perfectly, since this thing is at Pop Shop, and the only vehicle I have is the old Miata. So it ain't like I can haul anything in the old Miata. So with that being said, try to do my best here, get the vision. Hopefully I can keep the vision to the hack shack, and then we're going to go from there. Definitely learning my limitations on not owning a pick-em-up truck. So definitely have to figure something out there. And we're back at the hack shack with the life of limitations. Anywho, we're back on the old snowplow here. What my goal is is I'm thinking weld this plate here until it says level. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. We're just out here doing it. So I already cut these plates that I'm going to use with the old cutoff wheel. Definitely would be nice to have a plasma cutter. When you start doing projects, you definitely learn your limitations very quickly. Don't have a plasma, don't own a truck. It's very small and tight in here. The floor is garbage. It's uneven. It's broken up everywhere. Chunks is coming off. Yeah, so that little area right here is probably the only levelest place I have in here. So wheeling this weld cart is not my favorite thing to do. Anywho, let's quit whining and get to work. Hopefully I won't blow another breaker. I got the power set to 1/8 inch, even though this is a 1/4. This is probably, well, who knows. Alright, anywho. Alright, that says level. I don't know if I really want it level. Oh! Forgot the ground. Like I said, I have no idea where exactly this bracket went because it was totally rusted through. So we're just shooting from the hip on this one, y'all. Hopefully it works out. Obviously we will have to have some type of brace right here, but we'll figure it out as we go. So what I'm thinking is, so I wrote top, inside. So I cut this out to where that hydraulic cylinder is. So hopefully that is accurate. That looks like a good spot for it. Okay. Hopefully this fits. If not, we'll just have to redo everything, I guess. All part of it, I assume. Cool. It's alright. More material, more strength. That's what I say anyway. Not really a good freehand lefter, that's for damn sure. You're always quick to find out what you're good at and what you ain't. At least I am anyway. See if another tack will pull her back a little bit. We'll put a little stitcher on her. See if that'll pull it back some. Probably not though. I can go gonna lie, we could actually turn that sucker down. Wasn't expecting that, y'all. I thought we was gonna have to do the opposite. Let's try 16 gauge. Did it pull it back? Not at all. All right. Still leaning. Let's see how the old 16 gauge works. That's better. I'll keep the 16 gauge on the sides because there's really no lip to, you know, bite to. I'll show you the difference. I actually kind of dig the old power set on her. All right, so that was set to eighth of an inch. And you could tell that she was wanting to fall out, and I set this to, what is it set to now? It is set to 16 gauge. So that 16 gauge looks a lot better. That was gonna, if I kept going, it would have fell out. But still got that nice blue on the inside. So for this outside, I'm just gonna run 16 gauge. See, there's no lip right here. It's flat in the horizontal. So what I might do is since I got it set to where I want it, I'll just run this all the way across. And then I'll probably crank up the heat on this side. So that way, you know, nice little T-joint there, I guess you would call that. That is just straight pull and pray is what I call it. You can call it whatever you want. I think before I start really welding on this thing, I think I'm going to box this in. I really do wish that the tractor was here, because I just feel like I'm peeing in the wind right now, you know what I mean? So realistically, what I should do, obviously box that in, tack it in, take it back over to the pop shop, fit it up, see if it even works, and then fully weld it. Well, we don't have that option, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I got plenty. Oh yeah, I like it. Heck yeah. Just do what we can here. It's nothing serious. I will say that I go through an extensive amount of these old Hobo Freight cutoff wheels. It would be nice just to have a plasma cutout, I'd be like, done. But living life with a lot of limitations. Okay, how I lay this out is basically you want to find the smallest square you can find, speed square, whatever you want to call it. I don't think it's called speed square. We'll just call it a square. You want to find the smallest one you can, like I did. Okay? Layer down here, go this way, come down, swap her around. Well, looks like that weld bead. Oops, our mark's off. Dang it. Alright, since that's in green, we'll make the right cut in black. How about that? Mistakes is all part of the process, at least for me. There we go. So with these are okay. The old Milwaukee Sharpies. But this little cap comes off, so then you got to put that on, right? And then put this in. Kind of annoying. Oh, and just so you guys are aware, I got me some new freaking kicks. They're called Thorough Goods. They are the most comfortable boots I've ever wore. No, I am not sponsored, but Thorough Good, if you're watching, please sponsor me. If not, I'll still buy your boots. Because they are, I'm telling you, as soon as you put these suckers on, bam, comfortable. Let me give you a real good glimpse of these suckers. Look at that. Bam, bam, made in America. I'm not lying to you. They are the most comfortable boots I've ever wore. I decided to go with these because I put them on and I wear, what are they called? Cloud shoes? Something like that, to my office job. And these are those, but in a boot form, okay? Because let's just be honest, I'm a desk jockey and I got to put bug spray on my legs so the ants don't get to my candy ass. So what I'm saying is, if you want the most comfortable boots, buy Thorough Goods. They're the grandpa looking ones. Wedges, love them. So basically I'm Picasso. These are my paint brushes and this is my canvas, also aka a puzzle piece, because see here, I cut this out. Wasn't long enough, so I got to put this little booger in there. So what I'm going to do is find out which side fits the best. Looks like that right there. Put a little glue right here. The welder needs to turn back up for this, but we're just going to go ahead and run it anyway. All right, see? Looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Which I do say so myself. All right, so now you're seeing the vision. Still not sure what we're going to do with this. I don't think it's that big of a deal since we have this right here. Fill that in. Weld her up. I think it'll have plenty of strength for an old garden tractor. If it was for a bigger tractor, then I would probably fill that in. I'm not sure exactly if I'll leave it that way or not yet, because of the curvature and the trigonometry and the calculus of this shape. I'm just talking out my butt here. Probably just leave it alone, because who knows, we might have to cut this back out. It might not even fit. So we're just going to go ahead and weld it. And I thought it would be fun, since this side already looks like booger poop, might see what the old TIG can do on this side. Figured that'd be kind of fun to try. Alright, this is the before. As you can see, that right there is about to fall out. I had that set to 1/8 inch. That was set to 16 gauge, if I remember right. So, for fun, I'm just going to take aside this side. So here's a before and... Alright. Let's test out the TIG. Is this necessary? Absolutely not, but seems so far there's really not much use case scenario to use a TIG just yet, but I figured, what the heck, why not try it out anyway. Gotta love this uneven concrete. Off to a good start. Definitely not enough juice on 110. It is barely melting this wire, guys. And I got the pedal all the way through the metal. Is 125 all I can get out of this? On 110, 120, whatever you call it. Yep. She's maxed out, 125. Dang. Definitely would like to have a little more juice for this. All right. Well, at least we know now that it's not really enough juice for this. I mean, it did weld. Here's the TIG. There's the MIG. That was too hot. I thought that was just right. Here's more TIG. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over this and kind of use it like a eraser, make that look better. But with that looking like that, I just don't think that it's got enough amps to do anything with that. I'll go over it anyway. What I really should do is just grind that off. But I'm already tired of grinding, I'm not gonna lie. I'm grinding enough. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, I guess. But definitely learning the limitations on this thing. I'll probably go another pass under here. Maybe even above it. And above this. Just to see if I can make it look better than what it does. Let's try power set, see what that does. 22 gauge. The highest thickness it'll go on TIG on the power set is 16 gauge. Well. And on the power set, it's saying 85 amps. Doesn't look too promising. But what the heck. Let's see what the power set does on TIG. I do like it on the MIG. See how much I like it on the old TIG. Nope. Way too cold. So power set on the 110, 120. No thanks. We're going to go back to the highest setting, which is 125. And me personally, I think it's way too cold. Feel like everybody has their own personal preferences. That is just mine. I really, really would like to have more heat out of this old girl. Beggars can't be too picky, or whatever that saying is my mom used to tell me. It is just struggling. Guys, it is struggling on this thick stuff. Got the pedal all the way to the metal. Really all I'm doing is trying to dress it up, make it look somewhat decent. Do I have to do that? No, I don't. But here we are doing it. Probably should have my glasses on for this, so I can see better. Going above and beyond on junk. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Yeah, I don't like welding, TIG welding on. Probably help if I had, I mean, this is 332 or 332nd. All right, we're just gonna go back to the old automatic metal, assault metal gluer. I don't know. Not a fan of welding thick material with the TIG on regular outlet. So we're gonna go back to MIG. I mean, I just could not get, I want more heat. And it's maxed out at 125. But I'll show you anyway. Like, it just don't want to burn in there very good, guys. I was struggling with that. You know, because I'm an artist, a metal artist now. So, am I happy with that? No, I'm not. Am I going to go run with it? Yes, I am. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do to junk, it looks better than when you first started. I just don't like it. I really don't. I'm not going to lie. I got to fix that. Why do I even care, guys? So, I'm just going to go over it at the bottom with no filler rod. Just going right over the bottom of it. Oh, stuck my tungsten. That's awesome. See if that made it look any better. Alright. It's a wee bit better. Still don't like it, but we're leaving it this time. I'm not going to keep messing with it, but there's a big old hunk of MIG right there. But it does look better. Am I happy with it? Absolutely not. But is it good enough for a garden snowplow? Yes. So we're definitely going back to the MIG. Now I really, really want to have 240, 220 out here. Whatever you call it. It definitely did blew up the other side. So, not saying I won't ever use the TIG. It did. I think it did pretty good on aluminum, being on the 110, 120 outlet. So, obviously, I don't know when, if ever, I'll have 220, 240 service out here. I'm sure that's going to cost a lot of money, which I don't have. So, maybe I'll try different tungsten sizes, different brands. Maybe thinner filler rod. I mean, there's options that I could toy with. Do I feel like doing that right now? No, I don't. Right now we got MIG. MIG's faster. And it runs pretty good, I think, on the old house outlet. I don't know. So we're just going to finish this out with MIG, but it did blue it nice and good. So I already have it set for last time on the power set. I actually do like the power set on the MIG. I do not like it on TIG. I think it's garbage. The MIG, it does work pretty good. So right now I have it set to 16 gauge and I got 35 wire in there. So it's saying 18.5 volts, 220 inches per minute. I'm assuming that's wire speed. Not really sure what that means. I'm assuming wire speed. Anywho, so I'm gonna leave that on that setting for this, since there's obviously no lip here. Maybe, well, there's a tiny one right there, but it ran pretty good, so I'm gonna run that. So what I think I will do, since I have 2 channels now, maybe on the second channel I'll play more with the TIG to try to get the most out of it as I can on the outlet I'm using. That's actually a good idea. Kept sticking my nozzle, so that's cool. I think it looks pretty good. So here's the MIG. I think it looked pretty daggone good, if I do say so myself, which I do say so myself. That setting worked real good on not having any lip, just literally just a horizontal weld, nothing for it to grab onto. Now with that setting, no, I don't like it if it's going to be in a T-joint, which obviously inside is going to be a T-joint. So I am going to crank it back up to, let's see, I don't remember what I had it set to be honest. So the highest it'll go is 3/16. Let's try it. So that bumps it up to 21.3 and 380 inches per minute. That actually might blow my breaker, but it's for science. This ain't like this is $1 million job. If it was $1 million job, I wouldn't be testing all these weird things that I'm testing. I would have it tuned just right for the material that I'm using, size, thickness, all that stuff. But this ain't $1 million job, guys. I pulled up a lot. That's dang near. It's actually passed the other way. It's level-ish, but it's touching. Let me just show you. It's easier just to show you than tell you. So that's where it's sitting now. It was sitting like this. Dang magnet. The sucker's pretty strong. It was sitting about right there. So that's how much it pulled it. About right there. Shaky hand. That's how much it pulled just by welding that side and that side. Pulled a lot. But luckily, I just have it tacked on this side. So I'll be able to put a clamp down and push her down. And so the only thing that's welded is this and that side. So what I'm going to do before I start welding on this, because that's just going to pull it up even further if I do the insides. So I'm just going to get a clamp it down to get rid of that humongous gap. I'll get pickier on something else, but this is junk. So I am going to put some more tacks on this, because on that low power setting, didn't want to tack very good. So now we're back on. This is full power set on the 120 regular house outlet. So will my breaker trip, or will I actually be able to use this setting? I'm thinking that I won't be able to use this setting. I think I'll have to turn it down. I got a feeling that it's going to trip my breaker. Dang. That actually is throwing down. That actually is laying her in there. Pretty impressed with this, actually. Not gonna lie. Might even be too much. Might even be too much. Let's run a pass, see if it's too much or not. Well, folks, there you have it. It blew the breaker. I don't like that weld anyway, so. Well, for science sake, we know that we can't run it all the way max setting on the power setting. Power set, whatever you want to call it. I will show you how far I got. Let's get the old tape measure so you can have a better reference here. All right, max setting on power setting. Let's see, what's it look like? I'm seeing 3.5 inches. So I got 3.5 inch of weld before it blew my breaker. On the highest setting, the power set will go. So I gotta go trip the breaker. I'll be back. Well, ran into another problem. Since the welder tripped the breaker, now my shop lights will not turn back on. So now it's extremely dark in here. Those kick back on. Those work. Everything works besides these cobalt shop lights. They will not come on. Unplugged them, tried a different extension cord, turn them off, turn them back on. So now we're working basically like it's got candle. We're working with candlelight out here now. So that's awesome. Crank her down to 14 gauge. That turns it to 20 volts, 280 inches per minute. I think that's what I had it set to before. I don't remember. So we'll go from there. Nothing like working where you can't really see that good. So that's fun. Maybe I should get some of that old nozzle gook. I'm not sure what it's called. All right. We are off to an awesome start for today. All right, it didn't blow or trip a breaker. I don't know. Kind of think so I welded on this side. I think well, I can't see, so let me get a flashlight so I can actually see what I'm even looking at. Of course it's gonna look good if I can't see it. Oh yeah. Actually, I think it looks better than when it was set all the way at its highest point. So that right there on this side, let's see if I can't get a little pointer here. So from here, try that again. So from here to here was it set at its highest setting on the 110, 120 out set. This one is set to 20 volts, 200 inches per minute. And I think it actually looks better. So from here to here, that's what that setting is on. I do apologize for the lack of lighting in here. This used to be the brightest, I don't know, room area of my whole property, but it's not now. All right, let's keep her going. So this side, I'm going to go all the way across here, non-stop. See if it trips the breaker on that. I mean, we already did damage. Why not do some more for science? That little hiccup ain't gonna get me down though. Try to get comfortable. Last time I was basically on one freaking leg, balancing. We didn't blow a breaker. I did drop my mic though, so that's cool. Alright, I don't know if that picked it up or not, but we didn't blow a breaker. Where the heck did my magnet go? Oh. I tell you what, on these old, oh, that's hot. On this old DJI mic 2, the magnet comes with it. It ain't no joke. I guess I pressed against that little sucker, and it stuck to it and pulled the mic right out of my shirt. So that's another thing good to know. Be careful, or find another way to mount the mic. All right. Not gonna lie, I'm super excited to not trip the breaker on that. I'll show you what it looks like. There it is, guys. All the way across and didn't trip a breaker. Didn't trip my breaker. Actually super stoked about that. Now this part right here is in the total flat. So I actually might weld that first. Looks like I only got, yeah. I'm going to throw another tack on there and then weld the bottom, because we'll know if it likes that setting, because there's going to be a lot of weld down there. I don't know how in the heck I should mount this sucker without it, I don't know. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me. Hear me all right? Try to get the best audio without messing my mic up. This one I'm definitely going to have to run multi-passes in it, because it is quite a bit of a gap. Let me run a little stitch there. What the heck? Why not one right here too? Alright. I think it's, let me put a tack here. I think we'll be alright to remove the clamp now. That roll of wire is making a lot of noise. So we're just going to use this as a fill pass. Then I'd say the cap. Say I could probably get her done in 2 passes. Now what I'll do is start at the bottom, treat it basically like a stair step. Now this is longer, and I'm going to weave a little bit. It has been one of those days. I know what I'm talking about. With the breaker tripping, since the breaker tripped, it seemed somehow to fry my shop lights. The camera overheated, which seemed to fry my SD card. So there's that. And while, as you can see, I don't know if you can see in camera, it is now nighttime here in the old Cincinnati. I did take a break. Since my camera overheated, I decided to edit the video that I already have taken. Try and slice it up a little bit, get rid of the pauses and all that stuff. Keep y'all entertained for longer instead of having a bunch of drug out pauses. So I was doing that while the camera was cooling down. While I was editing the video, my mom texted me saying she was on her way to the rehab center to see Pops. I know you guys are not aware of that Pops is in a rehab center. The reason why he's in a rehab center is because he had a mini stroke and he went to the VA because he's a Vietnam veteran. Was at VA and they decided that he needed to go to rehab to build his strength and check on him. So he's going to be there for 21 days. That is who we are building this snow plow for. So even though he's in the rehab for that long, I'm still going to finish this out. At the end of the video, it's going to be done. The only thing that I'll have left to do is spray paint it black, which I can't do while it's hot. And you guys already know how to spray paint something black. So not very interesting. So what we're going to do now is just finish it out. So I'm going to finish welding it. And then it'll be ready for my brother to pick up whenever he picks it up. I got my spectacles on this time. See if I can't see better welding. I don't know. We'll see. These are actually safety rated. Just got them Friday. So I could see better. Don't really need glasses for up close. They're more for far away. But who knows? See what it's like. So on that pass, I decided to drag it. I'm not really a dragger. That humped up a lot. Usually I'm a pusher. I'm curious if there's anybody on the channel or watches me, if they're a welder, what do you prefer? Push, pull, straight on? I'm curious, let me know. So this I'm gonna push it. To be honest, no different. Doesn't look any different to me. Maybe a little bit, but not significant different to me. Another question I have, do you guys use that nozzle goop, whatever you call it? If so, let me know. Not gonna lie, guys, I was actually pretty worried that it was going to trip the breaker again. So at the end, I kind of was speeding up there a little bit because I was getting a little nervous there. And I will just say, I don't know what is going on, what fell, but that spool of wire is making an awful lot of racket. Super excited it didn't trip the breaker because I am just over today, guys. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, something else that happened today on, a lot of the stuff that happens to me is pretty much self-induced, but I like to be transparent on my channel, you know what I mean? So I had the camera hooked to my iPad That's how I edit the videos. And when my mom texted me saying she's going to go see Pops at the rehab, I just dropped what I was doing and just left and went there. Which the good news is for me, the rehab center is like 1.3 miles away. So it's really literally a hop and a skip for me. So I didn't think nothing about it. I did plug my iPad into the charger, luckily, and just went ahead and left, and then got some food, ate some food, and I came back here to finish this video, and my receiver died. So currently right now it is plugged into the wall, so I can record for y'all. A little downhill action on that. So what I'm really saying is, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. And today I'm a soccer ball. If you don't think that makes sense, that makes two of us. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is flip this bad unit around, weld that side, and actually, I'm going to put a little weld right there. Just a little happy weld, you know what I mean? Alright. Come on. Apparently, oh, ground clamp. I was wondering why she was fighting me so darn hard. I'll put a little happy weld right there too, why not? I'd say the most alarming thing of today was when I went and seen Pops, which I'm sure he definitely doesn't want me to share this one, which I don't think he watches the channel anyway, so he may never know. So he has his little pee jug next to his, it's on his bed, nightstand, bedstand, whatever you want to call it. It was literally the darkest pee I've ever seen. It literally looked like coffee. That was super alarming. And to be honest, guys, he looking pretty rough. He said it might just because he's ready to get out of there. But I will say he definitely wasn't looking his best. It could be just because I'm taking too long on his snowplow. That's what I bet you that's what it is. He's wanting this done. And as soon as I'm done, he's going to jump out of that hospital rehab bed and ready to plow invisible snow. This daggone ground is going to be the death of me. All right. Let's see. Do I like that enough? Yeah. Put another bead on there just for good measures. Well, tripped the breaker. I was almost done too. I can't see a damn thing. Hi. Let me go fix the breaker. I'll be back. All right, and we're back again. I was literally, let's say, an inch and a half from being done. All right, trying to speed this process up before it, you know, trips the breaker again. All right, we're gonna call this good. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're calling her good. Good enough. How's that? All right. So, I'd say, let me turn this thing around so you guys can get the vis on all of it. All right, that should be, dang, I should have flipped it around because this is the side where I TIG welded it. That side looks better. Should have flipped it, but I ain't gonna go through all that. Let me just, whoop. Oh, hopefully this doesn't die. Please don't die. It says it's got power. All right, anywho. There's the TIG welded side. Sorry, it's dark in here. I don't even know if I might be wasting my time. You guys probably can't see anything, but hopefully you can. Try and give y'all a glimpse. See, it is super dark in here. Well, it's not super dark. It's just not very well lit anymore, like it used to be. I'd say it turned out pretty good for with what we're working with. I just want to say, I bet you if I owned a Miller, it wouldn't trip my breaker. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know. Don't have Miller money. We got Everlast money. But it does work pretty good. I'd say it has nothing to do with the weld machine. I think it has all to do with my electrical and the breaker box being 1983. Not sure why these lights, I mean, it has dealt with a lot of breaker break-ins, trip-ins, whatever you want to call it. Those are Cobalt. I got them last year. And they're toast. They will not kick on. I've tried a different extension cord. Turn them off, turn them back on. They're done. They are no longer working. So anywho, that is it. Snowplow is done. And it's getting shipped out of here. With that being said, I hope you enjoy my chaotic welding fabrication experience. Anywho, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. We made it to 100. Last time I looked, I think it said 107 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. So like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above. Comment down below. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Peace and love, and I'll see you in the next one.